Welcome to the reading. Okay, let me stop. All right, there we go. Hi everybody. This is the reading for a Zoom reading for my script, The Choice. We're going to introduce the rest of the people who are going to be reading. But first we're going to start with Maurice Vaughan. Did I get it right? Did I say it right this time?
That's right.
Okay, excellent. And he's with Stage 32, and they have a couple of things that are happening this weekend, which are really cool. But he also's got other information I'm sure that he wants to share with us. So I'm gonna give everybody 2 or 3 minutes to go ahead and explain what they got, explain themselves. Okay, all right, or at least to say who they are once I call out their name, and then say what characters they're gonna be reading. Okay, and then after that, if they have a comment, then that's fine. All right, I'm sorry, Maurice, to cut you off, but you go ahead. You can go ahead now.
That's fine. I thank you for inviting me, and I'm glad to be here. To see to be at the table read, because I love to read scripts, but being at table reads, it's a different experience. Even if you're not being involved, what the speaking roles, you can still see the actors and how they act out the scenes, and you can take away from that. So I love to be in this type of environment. So again, I thank you for inviting me. I'm glad to be here. Nice to see everyone. And yeah, I'm a lounge crew member on Stage 32. And that's basically like it's like a person who greets people when they come in, and we keep conversations going and keep conversations going in the different lounges. And we basically just help what we can, or we see if someone has a question, we try to answer that question, or we try to give them some kind of resource that'll help them on whatever situation they're going through. And for anyone who doesn't know what Stage 32 is, I believe it's one of the, or if not the largest film industry's social media on the internet. So what it is they have I believe it's over 400,000 people who use that site. And what it is it's free to use Stage 32. It's free to sign up, have an account. There are things you can pay for, like webinars and classes and feedback on scripts and log lines and things as well. And what they do is Stage 32 works for different companies like Netflix, Paramount, Warner Brothers, all the big name companies, but also small companies as well. And they get the executives, the producers, agents, financiers, things like that. Those type of big name people to come in, and basically you work one-on-one with those people. Like it says, for example, if you wanted to get go beyond script feedback, and you wanted to ask you a consultation call with a person, with an executive at a big company, it might be hard to do that, just on your own, without the connections. But Stage 32 puts a bridge between you and those executives. And again, I say it's big companies, it's small companies, different budgets. So maybe you have a big project, you're trying to get, someone in front of someone who can, make that happen, or maybe pass your script along to someone so that they can make that happen. They have that available. But also maybe you have a small micro budget or a small low budget movie that's more like a independent film. They have companies there that can cater to those type of needs as well. So but yes, Stage 32 is it's a giant community, online community. Not only writers, it's writers, producers, directors, post-production, actors, makeup. It's basically Hollywood online and that little hub. So we call it a community. We don't. It's very supportive. If you go up there, you will be. I think it's probably. Excuse me. I think it's probably one of the most, if not the most, supportive film community online. If you don't believe me, you can go check for yourself. And as soon as you jump in, you get all this support. But as you continue to visit Stage 32 and use it, you will see there's so many people trying to are there to offer you advice. There to help you give feedback, support your projects and things as well. I've been over there on Stage 32 a few years, so it's been that short amount of time. and I don't want to take up too much time, but
Okay,
yeah, sorry, there's short amount of time. I'm sure I'm gonna this really quick tell the power of stage 32. I live in North Carolina. I've never been off the East Coast, so all of my jobs, except maybe 1 or 2%, come through stage 32, and that's paid jobs. So if all you gotta do is join stage 32 if you're not on there, jump in, be active, build connections, and you can get jobs, you can get financing for your project, you can get producers, directors, agents, agents and managers. I meant to say actors, but also agents, directors. You can get all you need on stage 32. And again, it's free to sign up. And so if you're interested, even if you want this, like a trial period type of thing to go in and see, you can go ahead over there and just make an account. It doesn't take long, and then you can look for me up there, and I help any way I can to get, so you have a great experience on that platform.
All right, that sounds terrific. That sounds great. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, they're having every month they have a networking weekend, and this weekend they started on Friday. You know what I'm saying? It goes until Monday morning, and they're actually letting you get on there and post. So if you want to put your resume and stuff online, this is a good place to do it. You know what I'm saying? You will get responses, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I appreciate that. I'm sorry that that slipped my mind, but I'm glad you mentioned that. Introduce Yourself weekend, third weekend of every month, and it's a great time to build relationships.
Right, exactly. Okay, now from there, we're going to go to, I'm going to butcher her name again, but JaMonet Rice.
Yes, so it's JaMonet, but like I said, I go by Jay, and I'm reading for voice number 2 as well as the Cherub.
Right, okay, excellent. And you were also one of our picks from stage 32, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that was my first time, hiring somebody from stage 32 to be a part of our cast, But we'll see how well you do. I'm just kidding. Let's go over to let's do the sisters now. Let's do Courtney first, Courtney Lynch, and then we'll do Ashley afterwards. So because you're both reading very unique roles, you know what I'm saying? So Courtney.
And do you want me to announce what I'm reading for just this section or for the next section as well? Because I know we're only going to page 40.
Yeah, so do it for both sections, you know what I'm saying? Because this way, next week we won't have to go through any introductions. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Courtney, and I will be playing one of the twins, which is the white-eyed glowy twin. I will also be playing the sock puppet with the children and the club girl.
Excellent. And Ashley, unmute yourself, baby.
I'll be playing the obsidian-eyed twin, also reading the sock puppet and children with Courtney, and then I'll be playing policeman number 2.
All right, excellent. Okay, and let's go over to the other Courtney, our veteran Courtney Cooke. Hi, Courtney. All right, babe. What characters are you reading?
I'm gonna be reading for Coffee Mate Sarah. No, I'm gonna be playing Coffee Mate Sarah, and then I'm gonna be reading for Driver and Butler.
Okay, that same difference we're reading.
Right.
All right, let's jump down to the bottom of my screen where Brian and Wixson is at. You know what I'm saying? He's playing a very crucial, important role in this one. So, what are you going to be doing for us, Brian?
Hi, everybody. Brian M. Wixson, stage 32 member also. Nice to meet you, Maurice. I will be reading as the narrator. I'll also be doing the radio host. Shock jock, whatever you wish to call him. It's gonna be a lot of fun losing my voice tonight, let me tell you.
I know you've got so much to do. All right.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. And, let's jump over to Morgan. You wanna?
Yeah, all right. So my name's Morgan Hope. I'll be reading for Ms. Smith, Dog/Beast, Bird, Bill Collectors, I believe 1 and 2. It just says Bill Collectors, but
This is Bill Collectors, yeah.
And then the Scandinavian Woman.
Right. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. I'm saving certain people for last, as you notice. All right, let's go to Alan. Alan, which character are you reading? Or should we call you Bones from now on?
You can call me whatever you like. Just don't call me late for dinner. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm with you guys on that one.
Yeah. So my name is Alan Verne. I am playing the part of Grutter, reading as a reporter and also as a security guard.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Let's jump over to Harold, or H.B. Gibson, as he likes to be called. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's how they cast me in my current project, sir.
Oh.
No, I'm so
He
messing
called
with
you out on that one.
I'm totally messing with you guys. You know how happy I am to see everybody here. Yeah, I miss all of you so much. I mean, it's really good to see everybody.
We miss you too, brother. We miss you too.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm HB Gibson, and I will be playing the role of Coffee Mate Tim, but I will also be reading the roles of Cop. I think it's Cop 1 and Priest.
Right, right. All right. So let's go to my buddy, Vincent Burrows. He's got the big EVB on his. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm hanging in there. I am going to be voice number 1, and I'm also the demon, and I will be also covering the parts for the robber. It's only a quick couple of lines, but just for tonight, for that reason. Can't wait to do it. I'm looking forward to it. And again, it's like, as most of you know, that I've worked with you before, the ones that I've worked with before, I'm glad to be back with you guys again. Maurice, I am stoked to the nth degree. We'll talk later.
Okay.
And to my boys, Brian and Harold, hey, let's rock this, man. We got this.
Don't forget about Morgan.
Yeah.
I never forgot. No, I don't forget Morgan. And come on. I mean, Morgan and Courtney, come on. I'm not gonna forget my ladies that took care of me while I was on set. So we got this. Yeah, absolutely. We the projects we've done. So I'm looking forward to doing this. Let's rock this.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I just got a message from Zay. So I guess I'll be reading his part. He just said that he was in an accident and that he's going to be a while until the star gets here. Okay, so he said he's sorry. So let's start off, and I'll read the Darius part. Okay. All right.
Cool.
So Brian, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Okay.
All right. So we start with exterior park morning. We have Darius, a 30-something African-American, sitting on a park bench watching children play. The sun glints through the trees behind him as a slow smile gleams across his face.
Okay.
Darius leans into the camera, showing that one eye is glowing white while the other is completely black.
It is done.
Two voices banter back and forth about an undisclosed third party. Voice 1 is that of an old man. Voice 2 is that of a young child.
If he's so good, why does he allow such terrible things to happen in this world?
The world in itself is not good or evil, just as he intended it to be. The terrible things that happen, if not a part of nature, are often caused by free will.
All right, so let us put free will to the test, shall we?
Again,
the
person chosen should be neutral, and the reward should be great.
Very well, but if I win, he is ours forever.
Forever is nothing to the one who created us all. Every knee shall bow.
Then it's done.
Done.
Cathedral bell rings, a gong chimes, and an alarm clock beeps. Darius awakens in a jerking motion, rubbing his brown eyes as he gets out of bed and saunters to the shower. In the shower, he hums and sings the themes to various show tunes and easy listening songs.
Good morning, sunshine. The earth is hello.
Darius leaves the shower and dresses for his job at the coffee shop when he notices a bird on the windowsill.
Hello, little birdie. be ever so happy I don't have a cat.
Darius points his finger at the bird like a gun and he pulls the imaginary trigger when he notices that there's something wrong with the bird's eyes. The bird's right eye is glowing white and the left eye is glowing obsidian black. Darius leans forward to get a closer look.
What is up with your eyes?
At that moment, the bird whistles 2 notes and then flies off. Darius shrugs and continues his morning rituals. He sits at a small kitchenette. Behind him are stacks of free coffee samples from work. Unbiasedly, he drinks down the cup of joe and reads the paper. The radio is playing in the background. Good morning, dudes and dudettes. It's 6:45 and it's me screaming Larry saying, get your ass out of bed and go to work, you lazy bums. Darius sticks his tongue out in disgust and immediately clicks the radio off. With a sigh, he stands up, stretches, and bolts for the door.
Now, could you read the external apartment sidewalk too as well, just so people will know? Okay.
Exterior, apartment sidewalk, morning. Darius, at a hurried pace, rushes to work. He has never been late, and today would not be the exception until he sees the elderly landlady, Mrs. Smith, carrying trash to the curb.
Darius, could I have a word with you, please?
Certainly, Miss Smith. But can it wait until I get back this afternoon?
No. You are late for your rent again this month. That makes 3 times in a row that this has happened. Now, I'm a good-natured person, but even I don't like to be taken for granted.
I know, Mrs. Smith, but and I'm not trying to take advantage of you. That's why I've been working so many hours at the coffee shop.
Well, let it happen one more time and you're out on your ass.
Brian?
Darius checks his watch and bites his bottom lip.
Of course, Miss Smith, you're right as usual.
Darius turns and walks away.
Blah, blah, blah.
Exterior, alleyway, moments later. Darius walks through the alley and midway sees a stray dog by a dumpster. The dog beast is shaking and convulsing. Darius hesitantly steps by the dog beast.
Tis.
Darius shakes his head.
Poor bastard.
Ruff.
Darius and the dog beast look up at each other. The dog beast's eyes are the same color obsidian black as the left eye the bird he saw earlier.
Easy boy. That's a good dog. No, nobody wants to get hurt.
Ruff. Ruff.
Darius raises his arm slowly in a stay over there type of way. The dog beast takes a defensive stance similar to a sheepdog herding a flock.
Now, boy, we don't want any trouble.
Dog beast sits.
Excellent. For a moment there, I thought you were going to
Darius backs away slowly.
attack.
The dog beast's eyes flare with excitement. Their obsidian black shines and can be seen galloping towards Darius.
Oh, fuck me!
Ruff, 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 ruff.
Darius runs. Dog beast at his heels. He knocks over garbage cans, yet the dog beast still chases. He weaves in and out of traffic between the connecting alleyways. The dog still chases. With preternatural intelligence, the dog beast avoids all traps and distractions. So Darius, sweaty and frustrated, kicks in the door to an abandoned factory next to the alley. Interior, abandoned factory. Moments later, a large metal door swings open. Darius lunges in, slamming the door closed behind him. He is on the ground floor leading to the basement offices of a factory.
I'd like to see you follow me in here.
There's a large bump on the door, and then there's another. Darius hears a whining, whimpering noise from the opposite side of the door, and he begins to sigh and laugh. That's when the sound of metal being twisted off its hinges is heard coming from one of the subterranean rooms. Interior subterranean office, continuous. Darius opens the darkened screen door that leads to the office. In the corner, he sees a shadow fidgeting with the bars on the ground floor window. It is the dog beast. It is biting at the metal bars and then wedging itself between those bars to create more space. Darius shakes his head in disbelief and runs out of the office. Interior, staircase near elevators moments later. Darius, on instinct, pushes the elevator button, but nothing happens.
Oh, fuck!
Darius sees the exit sign above the stairs and is just about to climb them when he hears the shattering of glass. Darius sprints up the steps just as the dog beast turns the corner. The dog beast charges the steps, and when it hears ping, the elevator door is open. The dog beast sits for a second, tilts its head before entering the elevator, and patiently waits for the doors to close. Interior, top of staircase near elevator, moments later. Darius runs from the staircase towards the doors on the first floor when ping, the elevator chimes and out trots the dog beast.
What are you, the devil?
Puff!
Listen, I'm not running anymore.
Darius picks up a large stick and begins to wave it back and forth.
Yeah, boy. You want a piece of me? Come on, let's dance.
At that moment, a large wooden crate falls from a stack of crates alongside the dog beast, blocking the pathway between it and Darius. At the top of the remaining crates sits the glowing white obsidian black-eyed bird that Darius saw earlier in the morning. Darius throws down the stick and bolts from the building. The dog beast stares at the glowing white obsidian black-eyed bird, which immediately takes flight. Interior, exterior, the coffee shop, day. Darius, with his clothes disheveled, throws open the coffee shop doors and makes a beeline pass to the counters to the main office. Interior, coffee shop, office, later.
Mr. Grutter, I'm sorry that I'm late.
No problem.
Mr. Grutter.
Oh, no problem. You're fired.
No, man, I need this job.
Oh, just kidding, kiddo. We couldn't fire one of our best employees just for being late once in a while. By the way, but don't make this a habit.
Oh, I won't, sir. You can count on it.
Well, what are you waiting for? Want their lattes. Get to work.
Mr. Grutter smiles as Darius leaves the office. Interior, the coffee shop, day. Darius makes his way to the counter and puts on his apron, completely oblivious to the eyes staring at him from the corner table. Next to Darius at the counter are two of his fellow employees, coffee mate Tim and coffee mate Sarah.
So, you finally decide to grace us with your presence.
Okay.
Coffee mate.
One second, Harold. You might want to check your audio. Yeah, your audio was clicking on and off, so it's like, I really part of what you were saying.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me just make sure that. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Perfect.
All right. Okay, let's make sure we got that. Okay, let me get
Start over.
closer.
Let's start back over with the line. So you're finally decided to make to grace us. Okay, Harold, just repeat that line. Okay.
So you finally decide to grace us with your presence.
Coffee mate Tim smirks and nods his head. Coffee mate Sarah bows.
Yeah, His Majesty leaves us, his lowly servants, to handle the morning rush.
What the hell, man? There were 4 mega orders from 3 different firms.
And at least 60 individual orders of the Morning Joe.
I know. I'm sorry, but there was this dog and he chased me, and you don't believe a word I am saying.
Coffee mates Tim and Sarah look at each other angrily and then stare at Darius.
It's not that we don't believe you. It's just that we don't care.
Yeah, man, don't ever be late when you know we're going to have heavy morning traffic, and that's every day. Comprende?
The coffee mates turn away from Darius, feeling a bit justified at having shared their thoughts. Darius finishes making the knot in his apron and turns toward the counter.
Welcome to the coffee mate. May I take your order?
Interior coffee shop, afternoon. A man wearing shades and a trench coat sits in the corner of the coffee shop watching Darius. He is a demon in disguise as a man in his 40s. Darius notices that the demon is observing him and begins to feel uneasy.
Sir, may I help you?
Yes, yes, you can.
Go ahead.
Brian? Brian?
I told you I wasn't going to read these little things, but okay. The demon gets up with melees and approaches the counter.
You see, I lost my dog and thought that maybe I could put a poster up in your establishment.
Certainly, there's a bulletin board by the entrance. If you want to post it on the door, I'll ask the manager.
Ah, splendid. But I have another problem that needs a resolution.
The demon pulls from his gun. Sorry, the demon pulls from his coat a gun. Darius jumps.
Listen, man, just take it easy. Don't shoot.
The demon, puzzled, spins around and faces the crowd, but no one reacts to the weapon. The demon then turns towards Darius, and in the hand that once held a gun, there was a card between the demon's index and middle fingers.
Son, are you all right?
Demon's puzzled look turns into a smirk.
You're not seeing things, are you?
Some of the crowd in the coffee shop laugh while others continue to talk and drink while staring at Darius.
This is my card. If you happen to see my pooch, give me a call, okay? As for the other problem, you haven't seen anyone strange around the shop.
Darius regains his composure.
What are you, a cop?
No, I'm more of an investigator.
An investigator who can't find his own dog.
Careful, son. I didn't come into the coffee shop and tell you how to brew lattes. So don't you tell me how to do my job. Anyway, I'm not the type of investigator who finds lost stuff. I'm the type that figures out why they got lost in the first place. Motive, so to speak.
Whatever, man. I don't have time for this. By the way, your dog wouldn't happen to be frothing at the mouth with glowing obsidian black eyes.
Well,
Demon.
Go ahead. Brian is right. Brian is
Yeah,
right.
Brian.
Demon with a surprised look on his face.
It's like, well, I've never seen him like that. To me, he's simply a divine creature.
Darius's patience is gone.
Marvelous. The bulletin board is by the entrance next to the line. Next in line, please.
Do not blow me off, Darius G. Simonson. Yes, Darius Giovanni Simonson. Giovanni. Named after your great-grandfather on your mother's side. Darius Giovanni Simonson. It's a name with potential.
I don't know how you know my real name, but I have had enough of this. You're blocking the line and you're conversating with me more than I care to converse with you.
The demon, perturbed, squints at Darius and points his finger, waving it back and forth.
All good things come to an end, and where it all ends is where we begin. Do not be a lamb led to the slaughter.
Cryptic, you psycho. Now get out of here before I call the police.
The demon walks towards the entrance. As he opens the door, he turns a final time towards Darius and tilts his shades. There is a flash of obsidian black gleaming over the demon's eyes. Darius rubs his eyes in disbelief, and in an instant, the demon is across the street playing with the dog beast that chased Darius earlier. They are playing. The demon smiles a final time at Darius, and both creatures walk away. Darius's eyes widen and hands shake as he reads the card handed to him moments ago. It reads, Gehenna 666 Incorporated. Ask for Mr. O. Felice.
Screw this man.
A cold chill sweeps over Darius as he stares at the card. Interior, Darius's apartment, night. Darius is playing a game console. Every time he hits the jump button, he hears a chirp. To his astonishment, there is the glowing white obsidian black-eyed bird on the corner shelf. The bird preens and grooms itself as Darius stares at it.
How did you get in here?
Chirp.
All right, I like that.
At that moment, the phone rings. Darius is watching the glowing white obsidian black-eyed bird as he slowly creeps towards the window.
Hold still, Mr. Bird, while I crack open this window.
Darius grabs a broom just as the glowing white obsidian black-eyed bird flies out. The phone is still ringing. Darius lets it ring a few times before he picks it up.
Hello?
Hello, Darius. Go to the window.
Who is this?
Go to the window.
The glowing white obsidian black-eyed bird is on a tree branch just outside the window.
Chirp, chirp.
Darius hesitantly walks towards the window and shifts the curtains even further back. He sees nothing at first, then there's a flash of rainbow light in the sky that blasts Darius away from the window. He's blasted so hard from the spot that he knocks the couch and the coffee table back and away from their original spots. The rainbow light fills the air around Darius, whose mouth and eyes are wide open. He shakes. Darius is dreaming.
What do you see?
Exterior, field number 1, day. Darius is surrounded by glowing white-eyed children of every nationality and race. They are in the middle of a pastel green field that seems to go on forever. The voice asks the question again.
What do you see?
Darius, just getting over the initial shock of the moment, with hesitance, replies.
I see children.
Darius spins, looking for the origin of the voice. One of the children grabs Darius by the hand and points down the field towards a lone door.
What? What do you want?
The children points down towards the door again. Darius is led by the children to the door when it begins to rattle with light and hum. Exterior door, moments later. Darius's hand reaches out for the door. Before he can twist it, the door opens up. There is a flash of white light. Exterior field 2, day. The children are no longer next to Darius, but instead are at the far and opposite end of the door. Darius walks through the door and sees a lone cloud descending from the sky.
Now see the truth.
The children begin to clap jubilantly as the cloud engulfs Darius. Interior, hell. Moments later, there are hundreds of people staring at Darius. There is a flash as if from a photographer's camera, and the blackened background grows a neon obsidian black. There is another flash, and the people begin to scream and writhe. A third flash occurs, and their very skin begins to melt.
No, this is impossible. This isn't real.
There's a final flash. Exterior, mountaintop, day. A flock of glowing white-eyed sheep are being led by a big horn.
I get it now. This isn't real. It's all a dream.
What did you see?
A lie.
Darius shouts at the skyline and places both hands over his eyes. When he removes his hands, the flock of sheep have been replaced by the children that he saw previously in the field. Where the big horn was at, there is now a shepherd whose face is covered by his hood. A British child who is actually a cherub walks away from the rest of the children and goes to the shepherd. The cherub grabs the shepherd's hand and looks at Darius.
I am the beginning and the end.
The shepherd looks up more ram than human. His eyes are fire white.
Ah!
Interior, Darius's apartment, morning. Darius awakens. Sweat is pouring off his head.
What is happening to me?
Darius falls back onto the bed. Interior, the coffee shop, later. Darius is nervous and shaking with bags under his eyes. Every patron that walks in is getting scrutinized. A cup drops to the ground and breaks.
Yo, check D out. I've seen Chihuahuas more stable than that kid. That's his 4th cup.
No kidding. You think that he's using?
No way. He's too uptight to go that route.
That's what they said about my cousin Paulie until they found him an OD'd on the kitchen floor. He was 3 days in ICU before they shifted him to the rehab center.
Coffee mate Sarah grabs an imaginary bugle and begins to play.
It's our civic duty as fellow coffee mates to inspect and report any erroneous behavior that may jeopardize the health and well-being of our fellow employees.
So in other words, you want to rat Mr. Goody Two-Shoes out to the boss if he's using drugs.
Yes.
I'm game. Let's go.
The coffee mates walk over to an already jittery Darius, coffee mate Tim staring wildly at Darius's eyes.
What up?
Yeah. How you feel over there? Comprende?
Padre from Padre. Like dirt.
Ah, too bad. I mean, if you were having any major problems, like issues, you could tell us, right?
Exactly. We're your friends and co-workers. You can trust us.
You wouldn't understand and couldn't help me anyway.
Try us. We're not stupid. I graduated college, a psych major, and Tim's getting his degree in philosophy.
I think, therefore I am, dude.
Darius shakes his head.
Okay, but just promise not to laugh or to tell anyone like Mr. Grutter.
Scout's honor.
My lips are sealed.
I think I'm going crazy.
Coffee mate Sarah glances at coffee mate Tim.
Are you sure you're not on crack?
What?
What Sarah meant to say is that if you were using some illegal substance, we would keep it under the strictest confidentiality.
Yeah, man. Like I said, my lips are sealed.
I know you wouldn't understand. I'm not using drugs.
Sure, D. Whatever you say.
Yo, Darius, I had a cousin who went through the same thing. When you're ready to reach out, we are here for you.
For the last time, I'm not hooked on anything. It's just weird.
Interior, coffee shop office, afternoon. Darius sits facing Mr. Grutter.
What's this I hear about you using drugs?
Coffee mate Sarah and Tim lean in by the door.
Mr. Grutter, this is all a big misunderstanding.
You're telling me you broke 4 cups in 3 hours. Who's going to pay for that? The shop is struggling as it is to keep its doors open with those Starbucks on every corner.
I know, Mr. Grutter.
Well, you leave me no choice. I'm going to have to take it out of your pay.
Oh, of course, Mr. Grutter.
Now, don't let it happen again.
Yes, Mr. Grutter.
As for the other thing, son, drugs are a dark hole. I should know. I lived through the 70s.
Oh, geez, here we go.
Now listen to me, stay off the sauce. It destroys everything it touches. It makes the user into a pariah. You turn against family and friends. I should know.
Don't tell me it's because you lived through the 70s.
That and the fact that I majored in rehabilitation counseling in college.
Darius looks at the ceiling.
May I go now?
Don't see me stopping you.
Darius exits.
And stay off the sauce.
Interior coffee shop moments later. Coffee mates Sarah and Tim are diligently avoiding eye contact with Darius when Sarah breaks and gives a fake smile. Coffee mate Tim puts on a sad face.
So, man, how'd it go?
You know goddamn well how well it went.
A lightning bolt is heard crackling in the background.
No, their partner. I'm just trying to help.
How? By getting me fired?
You're the oh so perfect one. We were just trying to make you more human.
Human doesn't pay the rent. Human doesn't pay bills.
Relax. You're still number one in old man Grutter's eyes.
You need to take a chill pill for real.
You need a fat lip.
Are you threatening me? Because that is totally unacceptable in the workplace.
A man wearing shades and a trench coat enters the store. He is a robber, but he is dressed almost identically as the demon. As he approaches the counter where he draws his gun and spins around in a circle pointing it at Darius. All the coffee mates duck except for Darius.
Ed? You're muted, Ed. You're still muted, Ed.
You know what this is, right?
Okay.
Right, buddy?
There you go. Fool me once, shame on you.
Darius yanks the gun from the robber.
What the?
Oh my God, it's a real gun.
Darius holds the gun by the nozzle and looks at it in shock. The robber panics and grabs for the gun. Darius pulls away. The robber, failing to reach the gun, flees the store. Darius throws the gun onto the counter. The coffee shop patrons all cheer and shout praises at him. Coffee mates Tim and Sarah both pat Darius on the back.
Yo, D, that was amazing.
Amazing? That was downright heroic. You saved lives and money. Wait right here while I call the police.
Darius hasn't moved an inch and his facial expression is the same. He is in shock.
That was a real gun?
Darius falls to his knees. Exterior, apartment sidewalk, evening. Ms. Smith is standing, hands on her hips at the front entrance.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Rights and Privileges.
What's the matter, Miss Smith?
That last check you wrote me had more rubber in it than a pair of old galoshes.
And that means what?
It bounced, Darius, sky high.
Impossible. I have money in my bank account. In fact, I went to the bank myself and deposited my paycheck last Friday.
Friday the 13th. It seems that your luck truly has worn out. I told you it would be your ass, and the next time you screwed up, you got until the end of the month, then pack your bags. You're evicted.
Darius whirls in a circle, then snaps to attention.
Don't even think it. Touch one hair on my little gray head and I'll mace ya. Back off.
But Miss Smith, I won't let it happen again.
I've heard that lie once too many.
I'll do anything, just ask. And it's done. Please give me one more chance.
Nothing doing. With you, there is always an excuse.
Please, I have nowhere else to go.
Ms. Smith hesitates as a flick of old dry paint hits her on the nose. She looks at the flaking paint on the apartments and she scowls.
Can you paint?
A portrait?
A wall, idiot.
Sure can. Ceilings, porticos, whatever you need, I can paint it.
Exterior apartment, third floor, morning. The scaffolding is wobbling in the wind as Darius sits content painting long strokes up and down the exterior walls. Exterior apartment sidewalk continuous. Ms. Smith arches back to get a better view of Darius's work. With her hand on her hip, she squints at Darius.
Everything all right up there?
Exterior apartment, third floor, continuous.
Just fine, and thanks for the second chance.
Darius waves his paintbrush back and forth as paint splatters down to the sidewalk. Ms. Smith is seen waving her arms.
Careful! Don't waste my paint! Goddamn idiot!
Darius turns and paints faster.
You're a lovely old lady. You're a saint.
Exterior apartment sidewalk later. Darius stares at the half-painted building exterior and feels a sense of accomplishment. Ms. Smith comes out to greet him with a glass of lemonade.
Thanks, Miss Smith, but I'm not thirsty.
Did you actually think that this was for you?
She quickly takes a swig of the lemonade to hide the fact that she was about to offer it to him.
You know, Darius, when you put your mind to it, you really can accomplish a lot.
She takes another swig of the drink to hide her pending smile.
Thanks. It's good to know that hard work is appreciated. If I come home from work early the next couple of days and sacrifice Saturday, this place should be completely painted in about a week's time.
Excellent, Darius. I'll be sure to deduct the paint job from the amount you owe me for the rent.
You are too generous, Miss Smith. Thanks again for the second chance.
Whatever, my boy. Just remember to do a good job.
Miss Smith turns and walks away. For the first time, she openly smiles at Darius. Darius smiles and throws his paintbrush in turpentine, then heads into the apartment. Exterior, across the street from apartment moments later. On the curb sits the cherub from Darius's dream. Standing next to her is the demon with his dog beast. The glowing white obsidian black-eyed bird is preening itself on the mailbox that is alongside the two divine creatures.
He is good at solving problems.
Yes, but he has a wicked temper.
For God sees not as man sees, for man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. Book of Samuel, chapter 16, verse 7.
Oh, bollocks. Yeah.
The cherub smiles. Interior, Darius's apartment moments later. Darius enters the apartment and takes off his paint-splattered clothes. There is clear demarcation lines of where Darius has been exposed to the sun and paint from his arms to his face and neck. Darius pauses in front of the closet mirror to check himself out. He is exhausted, but proud of what he has done this day. Darius hits the play button on his answering machine and heads towards the shower. Interior, shower, later. Darius is methodically scrubbing the paint off his arms, listening to the messages on his answering machine.
Hello, this message is for Darius Simonson. This is Carla at Citibank. We've been trying to contact you about your overdrawn account. Please call us back at 1-800-CITIBANK-1.
Blah, blah, blah. You'll get your money when I have it.
Hey, this is John. Give me a call back at 1-800-555-6600. This is not a solicitation. Repeat, this is not a solicitation.
Why are you so happy, John?
Darius exits the shower and wraps a towel around his waist. As he walks to the closet, a final message comes up on the answering machine.
Hello, Mr. Simonson. This is Charles Morrison with the Park Herald Online. We are a local online news service that would like to do an over-the-phone interview with you at your leisure, of course. Our website specializes in small, sometimes forgotten heroes that we meet and hear about in our everyday life. Your story sounds perfect for our publication. Call us back at 555-4893. Thanks.
Darius rushes to the phone and dials the number.
Hello, is this Charles Morrison with the Park Herald?
Yes, it is. Charles Morrison speaking.
Darius, with a sigh of relief, answers back.
Sweet.
Interior, coffee shop the next day. Darius yawns through an obvious grandiose smile. The coffee shop is unusually empty.
Ah, see, you made it another day without breaking a cup.
Yeah, Tim. I was just going through a phase.
A phase that gets you a cool article online.
Yep.
Don't try to hide your modesty, Mr. Smiles.
Look, it's just some small article, no big whoop.
Darius continues to smile. Coffee mate Tim is starting to feel a little bit more jealous than usual.
Hey, you don't have to convince me. I believe you. Uh-oh. Check that out.
Outside the entrance glass doors are blonde twins arguing with each other. They are dressed beautifully in the same dress, but in different opposite colors, where one has black silk stripes on white, the other has white silk stripes on black. They are very chic looking and almost out of place in that beatnik type area, neighborhood. Interior, glass door, continuous. Their lips are seen moving, but no words are heard. Interior, coffee shop, continuous. Coffee mate Tim puts his hand on Darius's shoulder.
Damsels in distress. This looks like a job for the Terminator.
Coffee mate Tim turns and trips over an invisible obstacle, knocking a series of cups and plates to the floor.
Move like slacks.
Coffee mate Tim hurries, trying to pick up the shattered dishes.
Tim, my office, ASAP.
Damn.
Good for the goose is good for the gander.
Screw you.
Darius looks content as coffee mate Tim stomps into the office. The twins are still arguing in front of the door. Darius looks their way and begins to think.
Should I go over there? Man, are they cute. What happens if I get rejected? Yeah, right by both. Ouch, double humiliation.
Darius bites his lip.
Am I biting my lip? Boy, are they cute. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, just do it. Just do it, loser. I'm not a loser. Just go.
Darius strolls over to the door and opens it.
Ladies, no need to argue. How can I be of service?
The glowing white obsidian black-eyed bird flies by.
Chirp, chirp, chirp.
The twins turn to face Darius. One of the twins has neon glowing white eyes and the other has neon obsidian black.
You will be of great service to both of us.
No!
Darius screams and slams the glass doors.
What in the world is going on out there?
Darius runs to the back office and peeks out the cracked door. Interior, storage office, continuous.
Nothing, sir. Everything is okay.
Interior, coffee shop, continuous. Mr. Grutter makes his way to the counter.
Did somebody scream? Where the hell are you, boy?
Do the inventory, sir.
Mr. Grutter follows the voice to the back office.
In the middle of the day?
Yes.
All right, son. Tell me the truth. These past few days have been rough on you. What's really going on?
Darius sighs, exhausted.
It's no one's fault, sir. It's me. I think I'm cracking up.
Darius points towards the entrance from behind the door.
You see the two twins by the door?
What twins?
The ones with the screwed up glowing eyes.
Mr. Grutter hesitantly looks towards the entrance, but no one is there.
There's nothing there.
They were there a minute ago. Ask Tim.
Coffee mate Tim's voice is heard from the office.
I didn't see nothing, man.
Oh, Darius, I think you need to take a few days off and see a doctor.
Storage door swings open.
Maybe a psychiatrist or a psychologist like they have at the university hospital.
Take tomorrow off. One of your paid vacation days. You've been working here long enough and deserve it.
Okay.
Rest a bit. Pull yourself together.
But you're going to be understaffed.
Hell, If we get that busy, I'll put on an apron myself. Go home, Darius, and rest.
Mr. Grutter pats Darius on the back while Darius gets his coat. Coffee mate Tim, now at the counter, puts the loser sign on his forehead. Darius exits out the back door. Exterior alleyway moments later. The door to the coffee shop closes shut. Darius looks down the alley to see the twins at the far end. Darius reaches for the door, but there is no handle. Unlike the main entrance, the back door can only be opened from the inside. Darius freaks out and begins walking in the opposite direction, talking out loud.
There are no twins. It's all in my head.
The footsteps of the twins can be heard following Darius down the alleyway. Darius walks faster.
Figments of your imagination cannot follow you because they do not exist.
For every step he takes, the twins take two.
Fine, follow this.
Darius runs. Exterior alleyway exit continuous. Darius dashes into the street, once again dodging dangerously between cars. Horns honk as cars swerve, barely missing him. Exterior sidewalk continues. Onto the sidewalk, Darius at top speed lunges past crowds of bystanders. People stop and stare at what he is running from. For several blocks, Darius runs, repeating this pattern of weaving in and out traffic and pedestrians. Exterior delicatessen moments later. Winded, Darius stops to breathe. He looks back and sees nothing but people and the open street. Darius looks up. In the doorway of the delicatessen stands the placid-looking twins.
No!
Wait,
We mean you no harm.
Darius backs into traffic, almost getting hit.
Stay away from me.
The driver blares his horn. Are you crazy?
Are you crazy? Open your eyes.
yes, Darius.
Darius, open your eyes.
Darius stares at the driver. The obsidian black-eyed twin smiles joyously and enthusiastically while the glowing white-eyed twin frowns.
No, Darius.
Don't do it.
Darius lunges at the driver, yanking him from the car. With a final glare, Darius hops behind the wheel of the car and takes off.
Stop! He stole my car. Police, somebody help!
Swerving through the streets, Darius cuts left and right all the time, looking in his mirrors, checking for any sign of the twins.
Glowing white and black eyes. People appearing out of nowhere. I need help.
Just at that moment, glowing blue and red lights flash in the car's mirrors. Darius jumps in his seat and turns to see the cops.
Oh, crap. I know I need help, but not like this.
Darius floors the pedal. The car takes off like a bat out of hell. The cops pursue. Darius uses every trick in the book. He cuts in front of a semi, causing it to swerve.
Hail Mary, full of grace. Good Lord, what am I doing?
This slows the cops down, but in turn causes them to put out an APB.
We have a suspect in a stolen vehicle heading south on Halstead. The vehicle is a...
Darius dashes into oncoming traffic. All this does is cause more cops to pursue him. He sees the faces of the oncoming drivers scream for their life as he ducks in and out of traffic. The night quickly sets in, and with it, a mysterious fog. Darius goes ghost, cutting off all lights and driving in virtual darkness. In the distance, sirens are blaring and lights are flashing, but all in the opposite direction. Darius has done it. He has eluded the cops. Lights still off, Darius turns into a suburban Walmart parking lot and abandons the car. Leaping from the car at a hurried pace, he race walks, jogs from the vehicle down the dimly lit, fog-covered suburban street. After he sees that the coast is clear, Darius begins to full-out run. Interior, exterior cemetery later. Darius is covered with sweat. He jogs at a weary pace past the cemetery fence. He stops at the entrance and leans against the gate. There is a funeral procession leading to an open grave. Women are crying and men are bowing their heads. Darius squints at the mourners, then looks about to see if the path is clear. Interior, cemetery. Later, the procession and the mourners are clearing. Darius, looking about, enters the cemetery and squats next to the giant stone crucifix.
Why me?
Because we're
Or
needed.
needed.
Darius looks over his shoulder to see the twins standing behind him. Their skin is so porcelain white in contrast to the black and white gowns that they seem to glow. Darius falls back to the ground, squirming away.
In time, you will understand.
Understand that we means you no harm.
The twins step forward. Without a warning, Darius leaps to his feet, balls up his fist, and strikes at the twins. Like rubber, their bodies distort, avoiding every blow.
We have not come to harm you.
But to help you.
Darius strikes a final time with all his might and literally passes through the twins. Falling to the ground, he smashes his knee on a tombstone. Grabbing his knee and wincing, Darius gets up and begins to limp towards the adjacent pathway.
Do not run, Darius. We are with you always.
Darius limps away. The twins simultaneously look at each other.
I feel like we are doing something wrong.
No. Now he is ready.
Brian?
The
go.
glowing, white-eyed twin looks forward.
Oh,
What?
I just, you cut off for a second. That's why I didn't hear you. Brian? Brian?
Oh, okay.
Okay, exterior cathedral.
I'm here.
evening. Oh, okay, all right, I'm sorry.
I'm here.
All right, this go with
Right.
Exterior cathedral.
It's
Go
a little
on,
bit
go
of a
on.
delay. There's a bit of a delay, man.
Oh, okay, that's what, that's,
Yeah.
all right, go ahead, continue.
Exterior. All right. Exterior, cathedral, evening. The bell gongs as a delirious Darius limps towards its doors. Interior, exterior, cathedral, continuous. Darius pushes opens the door to see a vacant cathedral. Interior, cathedral. Darius, disheveled and limping like a monster, makes his way to the pews. Darius sits next to the section of pews where the candles are lit. Tears flow from his eyes as he stares at the candles and the crucifix on the wall.
Why me? What did I do to deserve this?
Life never gives you more than you can handle.
Darius, startled, turns and behind him is an elderly priest in his 60s.
Father, that is what they call you, right? I'm seeing things that are not real, that could not possibly happen.
Like what?
I'm seeing people with
Darius
glowing-
hesitates.
Go ahead.
Okay. Darius hesitates while wiping the sweat from his brow.
I'm seeing people with glowing eyes, and they are chasing me.
You poor soul. Have you seen a doctor about this?
For some reason, I don't think that a doctor would help.
Never say that, son. You may just be suffering from a paranoid delusion or something.
Perhaps you're right.
Stay here tonight. We have a shelter next door with a full soup kitchen. In the morning, we'll see if we can get you the help you need.
Thanks, Father.
Come with me.
Father, could I stay here a bit longer? I feel safe here, and I need to think.
The priest puts his hand on Darius's shoulder.
Take as much time as you need. I don't know what faith you are, but it doesn't hurt to pray, especially in your situation.
Darius turns away from the priest.
I'll be in the rectory next door if you need me. And remember, with God, there is always an answer.
The priest leaves and Darius begins to pray.
Dear Lord, Oh Lord, I know that I haven't been spoken to you much, and that it's not that I don't believe. It's just difficult to worship you in this world. I mean, I try to live a good life besides cursing at times. And I think I'm a good man. Well, sort of good. So why rob me of my sanity now? How did I do you? How did I wrong you? I mean, I thought that you shouldn't punish the good.
You are good.
Darius whips around to see the cherub, and behind the British child in the doorway are the twins.
You are the kid from my dream.
Yes,
What do you want from me?
your soul.
There is a flash of rainbow-colored light. Exterior, field 2, day. Darius and the cherub are now standing in the field from his dream.
What the?
We are nowhere near there.
Then where are we?
You remember this place?
From the dream. Is this heaven?
No, it is that safe place in all men's hearts. It is sanctuary.
Above them in the crayon glowing white sky is a lone rumbling cloud.
Oh, so you're saying we're in my heart right now?
Your soul, to be more exact. You still don't believe. Look at your clothes.
Darius looks down and sees that he is wearing an all-white Armani suit.
Nice. So my soul likes wearing designer suits.
Your inner self, what therapists call your inner child, can look like anything and dress any way you please.
What are you saying is that if I want to look like Shaft on an elephant?
Instantly, Darius is wearing a pair of dark shades, clad in leather, and on top of a pachyderm.
Cool. How about Superman?
Darius is seen streaking across the crayon glowing white sky.
No, defy.
There is an extreme close-up of the cherub's face. Zipping in front of him is a tiny fairy-like bug.
Help me, help me.
The cherub reaches out instantaneously and grabs Darius. The cherub opens his hand, and in his palm is a pint-sized Darius with a pair of fairy wings to match.
Enough games, we must talk.
Interior, cathedral, night. It's midnight in the cathedral. Darius, the cherub, and the twins are all in the exact same places they were before they went to sanctuary. The twins step forward as Darius watches them with a keen eye.
Oh, about what? How it's gone completely insane in this magical world? I mean, sanctuary? That's it. I've lost it, man. I'm cuckoo.
Your soul is not cuckoo.
Then what is this? I get it. I have superhuman superpowers. No, I can jump from one reality to the next. Wait, that is a superpower.
What I showed you was a part of the good that awaits you if you make the right decision.
And the right decision you will make.
Either way, you choose.
The twins walk over to Darius and reach out their hand. Darius looks at the cherub, who in return nods her head and in affirmative gesture. Darius gets up, holding the hands of the two girls, and they lead him to the balcony. Interior, cathedral balcony later. Winding steps lead to the cathedral balcony, where a figure sits with a mysterious lump in his side. The twins lead Darius to the figure where it can be seen that the lump is actually a sleeping dog.
So we meet again. I believe you have my card.
Mr. Opheles?
The demon extends his hand. Darius jumps back and the twins console him.
We are with you.
You always
Just
breathe.
The demon puts his hand back down and adjusts his coat. There is a shiny obsidian black silk suit underneath it.
All right, well, enough of the simple, polite things. Let's get down to business.
I don't have any business with the likes of you.
Don't be so rash. You've yet to hear my offer.
Whatever you're selling, buddy.
Mr. Ophelis,
I don't want it. You and that thing over there that could take your offer and go straight to.
hell, but of course. But first, take a look at that wall over there.
Darius
Well-
doesn't move.
Well, go ahead.
Darius turns his head slowly to the highly decorated cathedral wall. On the wall is a scene of angels fighting the denizens of hell.
You see right there, that's supposed to be me.
One of the fiery swordsmen mysteriously moves to and fro along the plaster wall, striking at the shields of angelic warriors.
I was so young then. The world was so fresh and new.
Darius, slack-jawed, regains his composure and puts on his game face. He begins to bluff.
So what's the point? Everybody knows the story. You fought heaven and lost.
My dear boy, that war never ended. It just, let's say, took on a different form.
You mean the war is still being fought?
Every day. And war is such a harsh word. I refer to what is going on as an uneasy truce. Yes, you know what? A truce where we barter over individual souls.
Darius smirks, still faking concern over the revelation.
What does this have to do with me?
Silly boy, you are smack dab in the middle of negotiations.
Darius stands and takes a fighting position with his fist held high.
No one gets my soul without a fight.
Oh, like you did so well against the two ladies behind you. Boy, if this were about might, you'd already be a casualty. What I'm offering you isn't mischief or deceit, but power. Look at the wall.
Darius, not wanting to take his eyes off the demon, slowly glances at the wall. The wall changes dramatically from the battle scene to that of $1 million estate. Darius feels dizzy. He begins to spin and falls over the edge of the balcony. The demon does his best Darth Vader impression as his hellhound pants.
All too easy.
Okay, if you guys want to stop right there, we'll stop right there, okay?
Mhm.
Yeah, instead of reading the bottom